Yeah, I mean, at this point, I've seen it. You probably, well, a little bit different ends of the business growing up, but it's important to be able to spread out like the veterans and the people who actually know what they're doing, because so many kids waste money and time and health learning from the wrong people,
Yeah.
putting themselves through the wrong, training.
Sure.
To have people who were the very top, like understand the business, every aspect of it.
And who can relate to you, just like you were
100%,
saying, your,
yeah.
your
Yeah, it's not
defensive
easy to
line
be
coach.
TR. It's not easy to
yeah.
relate to us weirdos. You know what I mean? We're a different group.
Different breed, for
it's,
sure, for
it's
sure.
where like when performer meets athlete, like stage performer meets athlete, that's a lot going on there. You know what I mean? So yeah, anytime you can tap into the experience before you, kind of back to full circle there. But yeah, that was cool.
Well, I can't thank you enough for doing this
My pleasure.
podcast.
Thank
I
you.
mean, really, like it's funny because I've known you for a very long time, but we haven't ever like sat and chatted for a long time.
It's been a while.
You know, it's like, and I remember various stages because, God, I'm really getting long in the tooth. And like, I've been around generations now. No, but I am.
Okay.
And one of the things that was always so different about you too is when we were working together and I would like try to give you cheap lines, like easy, go stay in the kitchen or,
Sure,
stereotypical
yeah.
type stuff. And you never wanted to do it. And
Yeah.
I'd always be like, oh, I'd get such a big reaction. Like, I know it would work.
Yeah.
But it was never comfortable for you to do that. And I always respected so much that you wanted to do it your own way. But I felt like I couldn't get through to you. Like, what is it I'm missing? Like, how can I help him? How can I help get him what he wants? Because, I was the heel, obviously, and I wanted you to shine. And I'm like, oh, what can I do for him?
Oh yeah. No, that was a weird time. It was those were weird performance waters to navigate because, and like everybody looks at that time and they'll be like, oh, they just booed him. You know what I mean? He was like a failed baby face, and I still say this to
But
this
you
day.
weren't in
I wasn't
yeah.
like it. So some nights, yes, but pretty much every night I want him. By the end of the night, if you were, like in Houston, Texas, or, in whatever town on a Saturday, live event, no cameras, you would go through that process with me every single week. But we were just in a place that the fans were just doing what they were doing.
Yeah.
And we were a little more, not combative, but we would hold friction with that and not necessarily go with the flow when it feels like we should probably just go with the flow here. But man, it taught me so much. And I had to do it on my own time, but that's something that I just, even to this day, Paul, he would come up with all kinds of stuff when we're in the middle of the title reign, and I'd reject a lot of like, or I'd make it my own.
Right,
but
right.
I don't like low-hanging fruit.
Well, okay, maybe that's what it was. Because
that's what it.
easy.
Well, yeah, and that's
Yeah.
From a promo standpoint. A lot of those cheaper digs, I feel a little more sophisticated than that. I feel like my communication can be a little more intellectual. I don't know. I'm from Georgia Tech. I should be able to put some stuff together that isn't necessarily the stuff you'd hear on the corner. You know what I mean? So I just always, your dad was that way too, the way he wrote and the way he thought about writing and being a little more sophisticated and things of that matter. So I don't know. That was just a challenge of mine that I've always taken, being in a PG product. And I no disrespect to anybody, chugging a beer, flipping birds, shove this up your ass, that up your ass, that's not that hard. You know what I mean?
It can be hard to stick something up someone's ass.
Yes.
I knew she was going to say it.
Not that I know
If you're
from
going to take
experience,
anything away
but-
from today,
Kids.
getting that thing up your ass ain't that easy, all right?
Just saying.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I stand corrected. Especially when it's sideways. Good
That's
God, it's so
right.
hard. Yeah. But yeah, that was
Yikes.
just
No,
always
thank
my
you.
take is like, how can we just be a little more clever?
Yeah.
And I've just kind of tried to stick to that. And sometimes, though, to your point, less is best. Keep it simple, stupid, and just go out there and kiss it. You know what I mean? And that works, you know, because it doesn't have to be highbrow every time. Sometimes you need a, you know, people just want to laugh. People just want some, you know, some
relief.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to overthink everything or have to go on this crazy ride. But sometimes it is good. But that's kind of the weird.
But I love that.
creative
No
labyrinth
low
we're
hanging
in.
fruit, you know, as
Don't
much
have
as
to.
possible.
You
Yeah.
don't have to. I mean,
And
everybody's different,
mastering
though.
your craft.
100%.
Because that's a word you use that I thought was really important is mastery. It's not just reps. It's not just learning. It's true mastery in every facet of whatever it is you're trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a particular mindset that I don't think many people have.
Well, there's just.
And then the discipline to do it.
Well, it's an art form too, so it's like, I don't know. I don't play violin, but I would imagine the brother that does knows how to hold that. You know, I don't even know what they call
bow.
it, the bow.
Yeah.
But like he knows how to mesh those strings on strings a lot differently than I know how to. I know the friction of the wrestling strings that need to be had out there. You know, I know how to angle my wrist, or you know what I mean.
Sure, yeah.
Like that's
And you
my
learned
art
those
form.
moves,
Yeah,
yeah.
100%. That's my art form, and that's what wrestling is. That's what professional wrestling,
agree.
sports entertainment is. It's
Performance
a
art.
beautiful art form. Yeah, I performance fight. That's what I
Yeah.
call it. Yeah.
Again, you're just at the top of the game, and I know you said you have many rungs yet to climb.
More work. Yep.
And I just look forward to watching you and supporting you in whatever way that I possibly can. And hopefully this isn't, you know, the last conversation that we have. And I have so many more questions that I could ask you, but
Part one.
yeah,
There we go.
there we
Part
go.
one.
Thank you for joining part one of our Fanatics WWE
We'll get
original
Elise's
production.
video of
What's
the
your story?
opposite.
know.
You know,
Yes.
just he's a total asshole. He wanted a 4-room suite,
I
and
saw you getting
everybody
mad.
knows they stop at 3-bedroom suites. So
I was
yeah,
like, I'm not going to tell the real story because he's looking at me.
She started to get nervous,
Yeah,
you know.
Don't get nervous. I'm not Office.
I was, but I am no longer.
Also, no longer.
We're not Office.
We're not.
You know?
Nope. I
Married to. Does that count?
But when he's like creative.
Yeah.
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 So you got to kind of stay hip with that. You
Okay.
can't be full half Office, quarter Office.
Okay.
Is he wearing a
Ish.
tie today?
Office-ish?
No tie? No office.
No office. Okay.
No tie, no office.
All right. Okay. That's the rule. No tie, no office.
Keep it casual.